Okay, so look at this question. Taking MgCl2 as an electrovalent compound and CCl4 as a covalent compound, give four major differences between electrovalent and covalent compound. Okay, so what I'm giving you that four differences, and then I will explain you, okay, one by one. Okay, and then I will explain you. Okay, so this is what your four differences. Okay, this is what your four differences. So look at these four differences. This is what your first difference. They are made up of what? Ions. Okay, so this one is your first difference. This one is your first difference. So I'm explaining the first difference here. They're made up of ions. That means what? MgCl2, one is metal, one is non-metal. So one will lose electron to form cation, one will lose electron to form anion, and in that cation and anion there will be what? Some kind of electrostatic force of attraction will be there. Okay, so that's why we are calling it what? Electrovalent compound. Okay, because this bond is what? Electrovalent bond is there. Okay, or ionic bond you can say. So basically they are made up of what? Ions. Okay, so here transferring of electron is taking place. That's why ions are there. But in this case, look at this, carbon and chlorine both are what? Non-metal, and both are non-metal. So in this case sharing will takes place, and if the sharing will takes place, so what will happen? Carbon and chlorine will share electron, and they will form like this one electron, one electron, one electron, one electron, and this is what? Chlorine. This is what? Okay, so basically in case of, that means the key point is what is the key point? That if you have covalent compound, if you have electrovalent compound, in electrovalent compound, metals lose electron, non-metals gain electron, and they forms what? Ions. But in case of covalent compounds, sharing takes place. In case of covalent compounds, what happens? Sharing takes place. So this is what your sharing, it is what your mutual sharing is there. Okay, so this is what your sharing takes place. Okay, so this is the basic difference. So here no formation of cation or anion is there in this case. Okay, so this is what a mutual sharing in case of covalent compound. Okay, now the second part is what? They are generally crystalline solid. Crystalline solid, what does it mean? Crystalline, that means a crystalline means what? They have a they have confined type of a structure. That means crystalline means what? Regular, you can say. Yeah, the word is what? Regular. They have what? Regular structure. Okay, regular structure, and it is what? They are what? Solid. They are what? Solid. Okay, but in case of covalent compounds are generally, you will find that they are what? Either they are generally gases or liquid. I mean, like O2 is a covalent compound, water is a covalent compounds, and these are what you can see, that O2 is gas and water is what? Liquid. Okay, now the third point is what? Generally electrovalent compound has what? High melting point and boiling point. Even you can compare for MgCl2. If you see, there's no need to remember this particular point, just I'm giving you for the comparison part. This melting point of MgCl2 is what? It's 714 degrees Celsius, and the boiling point is what? It's what? 1412 degrees Celsius. Okay, and what about this CCl4? So CCl4, because CCl4 is what? Basically it is liquid. It is liquid at what? CCl4 is a liquid. Liquid means what? If you are saying that something is liquid, that means that is liquid at room temperature. If we are saying that MgCl2 is solid, that means it is what? Solid at room temperature. So CCl4, look at this, room temperature is what? 25 degrees Celsius, and its melting point, of course its melting point should be what? Less than 25. So its melting point is what? Minus 22.92 degrees Celsius. And what about its boiling point? Its boiling point is around 76 degrees Celsius. So 25 lie in between what? Melting point and boiling point. That's why this particular is what? Liquid. Even you can compare with this water also. You know that 0 degrees C is your melting point and 100 degrees C is your what? Boiling point. So 25 lie between melting and boiling point. So the state of that particular compound will be what? Liquid state. Okay, so this is what their melting points and boiling points are what? Low. And the fourth point is what? They are easily soluble in water but insoluble in organic solvents. Always remember, electrovalent compounds are easily soluble in what? Water. And covalent compounds are what? They are insoluble in water but are usually soluble in organic solvents like benzene, like chloroform. Benzene is what? What is the molecular formula of benzene? benzene is what, C6H6. Okay, and chloroform is again pretty important. Chloroform is what, it is what, CHCl3. Okay, CHCl3, and you know water is what, H2O. Okay, so this is electrovalent compound is soluble in what, water, and they are insoluble in what, organic solvent. Okay, just reverse it for covalent compound, they are insoluble in water, but they are usually soluble in organic solvent. Okay, hope you understand this part. Okay.